live from the YouTubes. And let's see, it says it's telling me that there are zero, count them, zero people in here right now. Let's see if that is actually the case. I'm going to go into the comments section. I'm going to say hello. I'm not seeing anybody popping up in the chat. So I don't know if this is actually connected correctly, but we're going to try it. We've been having some issues with StreamYard. I think people are wondering where I'm at. Let's see. We got people. Oh, hey, Austin. Hello. Hi, everybody. What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. He's alive. There we are. There we are. See, we fixed the problem. Don't even know what the problem was, but we fixed it. I appreciate you guys so much for being here on a Tuesday, February 21st. We're doing this on a Tuesday. It's a special Tuesday. It's the Tuesday after I saw Creed 3. I am a massive fan of the franchise. I got to travel to see it last night. We'll talk a little bit about my reaction that I'm going to be posting in full on YouTube here in about 6 hours. But of course, if you guys follow me on Instagram and or TikTok, you have already seen my reaction to Creed 3, which again, we're going to talk about. What's up, guys? The door's open today because the dogs are coming in and out. So you guys might get a little buddy and or mini cameo, which is really exciting. Matt said, does someone kidnap Austin? No, I'm here. I think we've worked the little bug out. There's a lot of bugs with StreamYard, man. We might have to think about changing the actual website that we use for these live streams. But right now, I think all is operating okay. I think we're okay at the moment. But I want to get into the chat and see what you guys are doing. We have G Code BP. We have, hey guys, doors wide open. Yeah, doors wide open. Doors wide open because of the floofers, which actually Minnie's sitting here resting right now. You can't see her, but she's just the cutest little girl. You might get a little cameo from them. Jed Parker says, hey, Austin, way of the fist says, do you think Cocaine Bear will be any good? Now, in today's video, we're going to talk about some of the box office news, some of the Creed reactions that we've been seeing across the board, including mine. But I've also got a little thing happening, and I don't know how many people, and we'll repeat this as we go further into the video as more people join. I don't know how many people live near this area, the Kentucky area, but there's a Cocaine Bear screening happening in my town in Lexington, Kentucky tomorrow night. And I would love to get some people out there to that. Now, obviously, you guys are probably spread across the country, spread across the world, but I'm going to be posting a lot of things on my Twitter over the next couple of hours to get people out to a Cocaine Bear screening. So I will be seeing that tomorrow night, and you will have my reaction to Cocaine Bear tomorrow night. I haven't been to one of these in a minute. Never up this early. Yeah, it's a weird time on a weird day, but we're here, and that's all that matters. We've got questions about Kang, and we'll get to these questions here in just a little bit. We got one question, was Creed 3 press only? Yes. The Creed screening that I went to was press only. There were only about 11 or 12 people there, to be honest with you. So not a lot of people at my screening, but we did have I have 3 or 4 emails for Creed screening. So I think Creed is screening all across the country today. To be honest, or not today, but this week, to be honest with you. So you should have a lot of press reactions. You should have a lot of people coming out with their reactions over the next, we'll say, 2 or 3 days. Mason the Nerd in the chat. Hey, what's up? What's going on, Mason? How you doing? I already got a great question about Barbie and Oppenheimer. We'll get to that here in just a second. Jed Parker says, I might wait for Cocaine Bear to start streaming. You may have to wait a bit, but hopefully I'll report good or bad tomorrow night on Cocaine Bear. Let's see. Now that you've seen Creed 3, what are you most excited for in March? I believe John Wick is in March, right? If John Wick is indeed in March, then I think John Wick is my most anticipated movie. Creed was my most anticipated movie, but John Wick looks absolutely outstanding, so I can't wait for that. Cocaine Bear for Best Picture. I completely agree with that. We'll get back to this great question about Oppenheimer and Barbie here in just a second. First off, there's some reports about Aquaman 2 test screenings not being so good. What are you feeling? I'm not feeling excitement. I wasn't feeling excitement before those reports. I'm not necessarily feeling excitement after those reports, but I'm willing to give it a chance. I'm willing to give this movie a little bit of a shot, right? I don't know if this DCEU, what's happening within the DCEU right now, whether it be Shazam or Aquaman, or I'm excited for the Flash, but the Flash could be more of a fresh start. I don't know if those things are getting me excited right now. So we'll have to wait. Maybe we get a trailer. Maybe my thoughts change, to be honest with you. All right, we've got a couple great questions here. I want to go back to Filmtastic Panda. If you could only go to Barbie or Oppenheimer for opening night, which would you choose? I'm going to choose Oppenheimer for sure. For sure. Barbie looks interesting, looks good, but Nolan, the cast, Oppenheimer, all day, kids, all day. We've got Mason the Nerd. I emailed you at your business email. Not sure if you saw, Mason. I don't want to ask for your email address here, but I'll go back through and look. I've had issues with a lot of my emails going to my spam folder, including some of my screenings. There was actually a screening a couple of weeks ago where I missed it because it went to my spam folder. And I don't know why my email's doing this, but I will go through and look, and I will go through the spam folder and look, Mason, and see. Look, when did you email me? Let me know kind of what day, so I'll know what to look for. But yeah, I've been having that issue as of late. Sponsorship things, screenings, a lot of things going in my spam folder. I have a feeling that John Wick 4 will be the best or the second best of the four. It looks incredible, and getting Donnie Yen as a villain is you get Donnie Yen, you automatically boost my anticipation levels. It looks spectacular. Also, we have a super chat. I'm going to get to that super chat here in just a second. If you guys are here on this random Tuesday for this random live stream, I know it's a completely different, but I figured I wanted to do something for you guys today because it's been a bit since we've done a live stream. It's been a bit since we've been able to chat. So I appreciate you for being here. If you guys would like to like and subscribe, if you guys want to hit that like button, man, we have 55 people. We're only at 12 likes. That's not good enough. We got to boost that number. We got to get to what was my goal last week? 169. We won't get there this week because it's on a Tuesday. But we want to at least try to get to 50 to 100 likes on today's video. But I appreciate you guys for being here regardless. Can you guys give me 1 second? I think I hear somebody knocking on my door. I give me literally 1 second, and I'm going to go check. Well, looky there. We got a package. What was the package? But hey, this is the opportunity we needed to get. No, Minnie, no, don't. She walked away. Never mind. I was going to show you my dog. She's very cute. But yes, very excited for John Wick. Let's go to this first super chat, man. Let's go to this first super chat. We have Ian. Hey, Austin. Hope you're well. So excited for Creed 3. I enjoyed Ant-Man. Not sure why it's getting so panned. 3 favorite movie candies. Ooh, yeah. Listen, I'm a sucker for cookie dough bites. I don't know why, but I'm such a sucker for cookie dough bites. Anytime I get there's an opportunity, I get those. I like snow caps. I was a big snow caps kid growing up. What would my other one be? Sour Patch Kids. Something's first they're sour, then they're sweet. Something along those lines. Give me something that can just make me, give me a little bit of a sugar high while I'm watching the movie. But anytime there is cookie dough bites in the vicinity, I will eat the cookie dough bites. It's a great question. I love a good movie candy. All right. Samuel Prater says, "Can I touch you?" No, Sam. No, not at least not on the live stream. Samuel, I would appreciate it. I mean, well, we'll talk after this is over. We'll talk after this live stream is over. We have say it with me, Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's all my fault. By the way, I'm watching Quantumania today. Look, I did an Arnold impression on last week's live stream. It was, it wasn't very good. I think I hear my other dog coming. Let's see. Buddy, you there, pal? Buddy, did we get a buddy cameo today? There he is. Of course. He's got to come in here, see what his little sister's up to, come in here and get some stretches out. He's probably just going to stand there for the rest of the live stream. So there's your buddy cameo. Little boy's almost 13 years old. 13? You're getting so old. You're so cute. He's so cute. Look, he's doing nothing. He's doing absolutely nothing. I love him so much. Let's see. We got another super chat. We'll get to that here in just a second. We've got Lucas saying, genuinely think The Flash will be the best comic book film of the year. The trailer was a hit. It hit all the right notes for me. Also, Batfleck is my favorite Batman, so I'm more hyped to see him back than Keaton. Yeah, listen, I'm hyped to see both back. I didn't think we would get more Affleck when all of those announcements first started to come out, but we have more Affleck. We have more Keaton. However many years later, it's been so long since we've seen him on screen as this character, and I think he fits the role perfectly. I think he's going to embrace the role more than ever since this is his shot to come back and do it again. Very excited for The Flash. Other than Ezra Miller, I'm not excited about Ezra Miller. I can't get excited. I just don't. I don't like it. I don't like it. But I'm going to give this movie a chance. I hope the movie itself is good. All right. I always did the bunch of crunch mix with my popcorn. That's a good mix. You know what? I like that too. That was always my dad's movie theater snack. He was a big fan of anything that's crunchy and chocolatey on the outside. And I guess I could say the same thing, but I love me some cookie dough bites. Man, they're so good. Chris Smith said, Buddy, doggo. Yeah, we got Buddy making a little cameo. Minnie's right here, but you can't see her. She's sleeping. She'll get up eventually, though. She's very active. Samuel said, nice hog. Thank you so much. Thank you. Don't talk about me like that. All right, I'm going to watch the first two Creed movies before watching the third. That is a good idea. There will be some confusion if you do not watch Creeds 1 and 2, and I think they're both worth watching. I would say Creed 1 is still the better of the two, but I think Creed 2 gets a little bit slept on, to be honest with you. Let me make sure I've hit both super chats. Oh, we do have to hit Fred's super chat, so let's go back up to Fred's super chat. If Ant-Man 3 was released in 2019 instead of Ant-Man 2, and the movie was the same, do you think critics and audience reception would be the same? No. I think part of why Ant-Man 3 is being so there's such a big pushback is because we're kind of worn out with this type of movie at this point. It's the same shtick, it's the same formula, it's kind of just the same thing. And if it came out back in 2019, it would have still kind of been the same thing, but we wouldn't have been as worn out, right? Because before that, we didn't have Thor: Love and Thunder, we didn't have some of these other Marvel movies that just follow the same formula. If Quantum Mania would have came out in like 2015, I think it would have gotten pretty good reviews, to be honest with you. It's just one of those things where we've seen it, we've seen the formula, and it's just been done over and over and over. That being said, I still thought the movie was okay. I'm not as negative as a lot of critics on it, to be honest with you. I thought the humor was good, and I thought some moments were really, really good. So I think I hear Buddy walking again. Oh, there he comes. There he comes. There he is. Hey, bud. What is it, pal? He just looks at me. He just stands there. Menacingly. What are you doing, bud? Nothing. He will be there. Here, I'm going to sit like this. He will be there for the next 5 minutes if he doesn't get what he wants. Maybe he just wants to look at me. Maybe he wants to say hi to you guys. I don't know. Dog. Yeah, there he goes into the darkness. He will go into slumber. Favorite heist movie, mine is Sting, 1973. I don't know if I've seen that. My favorite heist movie is, man, that's tough. That's tough. Look, I'm a sucker for the Mission Impossible movies. I'm a sucker for the Mission Impossible movie. Was Fallout technically a heist movie? I guess Fallout wasn't technically a heist movie, but a lot of the Mission Impossible films are heist movies. So, yeah, I'm just going to cheat here and say the Mission Impossible franchise. Funny thing is, my wife and I actually rewatched the first Mission Impossible a couple of nights ago because we're starting our journey to the new Mission Impossible. And I liked the first one. My wife didn't like it very much. I like it, but I don't think it's great. I think this is a franchise that slowly gets better over time. And that first one is kind of definitively a heist movie at the end. But, I didn't respond to it in the way that I really, really wanted to. Good doggy, says Chris Smith. Sam's favorite heist movie is Kim Possible. Hey, listen, I love me some Kim Possible, all right? I grew up on Kim Possible. The TV show, the live action movie is not good, man. It's not good. But I haven't seen Sting, so that's an interesting one. That's an interesting one to bring up. Let's see. Do you think Bale will make a cameo in The Flash? That theater reaction would be nuts. I don't think he will. A lot of people are saying that. A lot of people are saying that could be what they do at the end. I do think there will be another Batman in there. I don't think it's going to be Christian Bale, though. I feel like Bale is going to stay true to his word and not come back unless Christopher Nolan's involved. Because that's what he said a few years ago in an interview. He said, I am not coming back unless Christopher Nolan is involved. And I'm going to say I believe him. Maybe he was doing that to throw us off, but I'm going to say I believe him right now. Guys, if you are here and we had a couple people come in since we last did this. If you want to drop that like down below, man, that would be awesome. Help out this video, help out this channel. And of course, if you're asking questions, I think we've already had 3 super chats. Please let me know if I miss a super chat. I do not want to miss them. So if I miss one and I keep moving on, let me know. Hey, Austin, says Jeremy, love the Kim Possible cartoon. Oh, me too. Why haven't you posted your bubble wrap pic? You know, I had my finger on the trigger the other day on Twitter, and I'm like, I'm going to post this. But then I think some news dropped, and I tweeted about that. I try to space out the tweets, but you know what? I've got to post the bubble wrap pic. I got to post it. We might post that today. Why didn't you leave your Twitter and Instagram name, my friend? Listen, you've got, which technically it's the same name on Twitter, but you've got to follow. You've got to follow this page. It's literally the memes are outlandish, but I love them. I got to post the bubble wrap pic. You guys have got to see this. You saw it last week on the live stream. That's why you got to tune into every live stream. A lot of jokes, a lot of jokes that you may miss, and then we reference it later, and you're like, I'm confused. It's okay. We're all confused at some point in time. Oh, there we go. G Kobe P with the super chat. Thoughts on Disney and Kevin Feige delaying upcoming MCU projects like the Marvels to space out the content? I think it's a good move, and I'm fine with 2 to 3 movies and 2 shows per year. I think it's a great move. Because, again, I've said this before. I'll say it again. I don't have superhero fatigue. What is that? I don't have superhero fatigue. I have bad superhero movie fatigue. I have not very good superhero movie fatigue, and I even have average superhero movie fatigue. I want bangers. I want great superhero movies. All right. When we get 2 or 3 bad ones in a row, or 2 or 3 mediocre ones in a row, like I'd say, your Black Adam was fine, and Ant-Man was fine. You get those kind of clumped together, and you're just kind of like, oh man. So I don't have superhero movie fatigue. I have average superhero movie fatigue. I want bangers. I think we deserve that. And maybe we get that. Maybe Guardians, Flash, maybe that's boom, boom, boom. And we're back, baby. We're back. But again, if you start spacing them out and you spend more time on the stories and you spend more time on the visual effects and you spend more time, and then we have 3 movies a year and they're spaced out pretty far, I'm okay with that. I think that's great. You spend more time on a movie, most likely it's going to be better. It's going to be better. So, yeah, I'm with you. I think that's a great call. I think 2 shows a year is a great call. And I think people will be more willing to say, hey, I'm okay with 4 or 5 instead of 7 or 8 if they're spaced out, if you spend more time on them. How much does a movie ticket cost in the U.S.? It depends on the day and the time. If I'm going at 7 p.m. and it's opening night and non-premium format, I'm probably paying $12 to $14. Now, granted, I have all the memberships, right? I have Cinemark, I have Regal, so I'm not paying that much. But then I'm paying membership prices. But if you go into IMAX, IMAX tickets are like $24, $22, $24, something like that, around 20. And then RPX, you're at the 17 mark, 18. But more than likely, you're going to pay about $12 to $14 for a ticket. Now that's here. That's this area. That's Kentucky, Ohio, Tennessee, in LA and Vegas and all of those places. I'm going to assume it's a lot more. I know when I went to New York, I was paying about $20 for a normal ticket at their big theater. Granted, that was the big theater, but I was paying about $20 for a normal ticket. So it's people always say, why don't people go watch more movies? I understand why people don't watch so many movies. Some people don't have that money, and I don't expect everyone to be able to pay for or be willing to pay that much every single weekend. So it's understandable. But at the same time, I still think if you have a chance to go support a movie that deserves it, if you have a chance, I think it's good that we go and support movies that we love, to be honest with you. or want to love. Does Majors steal Creed 3? Let's go on over, and I know you guys, we got about 80 people here, which on a Tuesday, that's fantastic. I love seeing that on a Tuesday. 42 likes. We got to get that number up. Let's get that up to 50 likes. I'd like to get that to 50 likes right now. But 80 people. Let's go on over and look at my Creed 3 reaction. All right, here we go. Here's my Twitter. There's my Twitter. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, there I am. Hello. Here's what I said. And again, if you follow me on Instagram or TikTok, you saw the video. If you didn't, I'm going to post that video to YouTube here at 6 p.m. I said Creed 3 has every ounce of emotion and action required to satisfy fans. Michael B. Jordan excels behind the camera, directing one of the most expertly crafted fight sequences ever. And we're talking one specific fight sequence. Now, they're all well done, but there's one specific fight sequence that I've never seen anything quite like it, to be honest with you. Now, this is a movie that features a story we've seen, some moments we've seen, maybe a mix and mash of other fight storylines and Rocky movies. And there's one movie in particular outside of the Rocky franchise that I'm going to compare this to in my review. And I'm not going to say it just yet. But this fight sequence, I have never seen anything like it in a boxing or MMA type of movie. We've seen things like it in other genres, but never in a boxing or MMA type of movie. So that's the sequence I'm speaking of. I wanted even more of Jonathan Majors, who owns his screen time. Now, he's amazing. I thought there were things about his storyline that were a little rushed, a little point A to point B fairly quickly, but it's definitely a movie. It's definitely a movie that I had a very, very entertaining time with. Very entertaining. Now, there was a critic at our screening who did not enjoy it, and he made that very clear that he did not enjoy Creed 3. But I would say the consensus, he didn't think it was bad, but he didn't enjoy it. I would say the consensus walking out of the theater, at least the critics that I talked to, was mostly positive. It was mostly positive. I think some of the complaints for and I don't want to say what, but some of the complaints for some of the aspects that I had issues with were definitely consensus complaints. Some things we are kind of like, yeah, okay. But when the vibes are good after a press screening, you can tell that the vibes are good. And you can tell that there was more enjoyment. Like for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, there were definitely some laughs. But the consensus at that screening was kind of like, you know. Creed 3, the consensus after Creed 3 was positive. And that's all I will say. So I have some things, and that comparison is definitely something I want to talk about in my review to one specific movie outside of the Rocky franchise. Obviously, you're going to find Rocky storylines to pull and be like, oh, it was like that. It was like this. It was like that. But there is one comparison that I can't wait to bring you guys. And when I say it, you're going to be like, oh, now I'm excited for this movie. Oh, now I can't wait to see this movie. So that's about all I can say right now. Again, I've got a few more thoughts coming with my first reaction video that's going to be dropping on YouTube here in about 6 hours. I'm going to drop that on YouTube here in about 6 hours in YouTube short form. If you guys want to see that early, you can go follow me on Instagram. You can go follow me on TikTok. I have dropped my reaction video on both of those. Twitter, of course. TikTok is Austin Love Movies. Instagram is the same as Twitter at the Burkinator. I'm thinking about changing I want to ask you guys this question. Should I change my Instagram and my Twitter to Austin Loves Movies, or should I keep the Burkinator? I've been debating just changing everything to Austin Loves Movies just to make it simpler for people to find me. But, if you guys want to go see those videos or that video early, you can go over there and look. Otherwise, I will be posting it to YouTube very soon. Can I go with my girlfriend who hasn't seen the first two Creed movies? Again, Fred, it's tough to say someone's going to enjoy this or get the level of enjoyment that they need from Creed if they haven't seen the first two. There's a lot of buildup required to, I think, enjoy Creed 3 on the level that you could. Now, I would say you could get away with it not watching the Rocky movies. But even then, seeing all of the Rocky films, seeing the first two Creed movies, I think that boosted my enjoyment level for for these films, or for this film specifically. So I would say it's not a requirement. Again, I think the storyline's simple and easy enough to understand if you haven't seen any of the other movies. But again, it's just hard to say, oh, you're going to love Creed 3 if you haven't seen the first two. It's hard to say that. I think you need to see the first two Creed movies. I think you could get away with not seeing all of the Rocky movies. There was one thing about the movie when it comes to that Rocky storyline that was a little bit weird, and we'll talk about that in the review. But again, when the vibes are good, the vibes are good. That's all I will say. All right. We've got one vote for keep the Burke, so keep the Burkenator. Then we've got one vote for change everything to Austin Loves Movies. Makes more sense. Okay. All right. Well, we're split. We're split down the middle here. We'll see. Watching from the Philippines. Very cool. Thanks for being here. Let's see if we have more Creed questions. We got Ant-Man and the Wasp. Just got out of watching Ant-Man and the Wasp. 6 out of 10. Very disappointed. Kang was awesome. As a fan of MODOK. I didn't like him much at all. Alex, I think I like MODOK more than you, but I am with you on that 6 out of 10 mark. You want a movie like Quantumania to be better than a 6 out of 10, and unfortunately it wasn't. I'm sorry I just got here, so don't answer if you've already talked about it, but how would you rank the Creed movies, Harrison? I am saving that. I'm going to do a little, mostly because I don't know yet. I'm debating between two of them where it goes. But I will have that video short. It'll be a short video, only a minute. Probably end of this week, beginning of next week, ranking the Creed movies. Very excited to do that, though. Again, when you have 3 movies that are that entertaining, it's very exciting to rank them. Let's see. We've got another super chat from G. Colby P. Favorite Linkin Park song that isn't from Transformers? Mine. Oh, Waiting for the End. Waiting for the end to come. I love it. I love it. It's a great song. I don't know if you listened to the new song, G. Colby P, but they came out with a new song 2 weeks ago or something like that. Yeah, man, I loved Linkin Park. It was one of my favorite bands growing up. Still love them. Shouldn't be past tense. Jonathan Major was better in Creed or Ant-Man? Creed. Look, I loved him in Ant-Man. He carried Ant-Man. And I do think that the development of his character in Creed suffered just a tiny bit. But Jonathan Majors got to flex those acting chops in Creed. Let me tell you. And that dude, look at that gif. Look at the gif. Look at the gif of Jonathan Majors. It's incredible. It's incredible, man. The guy got so beefed, and there's of course, this is not a spoiler for Creed 3. There is always going to be a training montage in a Rocky movie. If you don't know that, you've never seen a Rocky movie. There is a training montage, and I'm watching Jonathan Majors going, I will never approach the way that man's body looks in that sequence. It's crazy. He's beefed. He's jacked. It's crazy. But his performance is spot on, man. This dude's having a year. Let me tell you. This dude is having a year after Ant-Man and then Creed. I mean, it's ridiculous. And then there's a possible Oscar role coming out a little bit later this year that premiered at Sundance. And but I believe it was Magazine Dreams? I think that's the name. We could see an Oscar nomination for Jonathan Majors after one of the best years he's ever had. What are your thoughts on Rocky 4? I honestly, I enjoy all the Rocky movies to some degree, and I think Rocky 4 is actually a pretty fun one, to be honest with you. Some people don't like it. I think Rocky 4 doesn't deserve the hate that it gets sometimes, but I think there are a lot of people that enjoy Rocky 4. Let's see. Let's try not to ask the same question over and over and over and over. But I will go ahead and answer. Barry Keoghan, thoughts on Batman 2? Excited. I need to see more than just that one scene that we got. But yeah, I'm on board. Well, let's see what he can do. Let's see that character being fleshed out a little bit more. Yeah, let's see. Even 5. No, well, yeah, I guess you're right. I don't love Rocky 5, but there's still some enjoyment to be had. It's not necessarily a good movie, but there's still some enjoyment to be had. Yeah, Rocky 5. I would probably, again, maybe I should do a Rocky tier list. This might be a good time for a Rocky tier list. Is Creed 3 good enough for me to binge watch all of the Rocky and Creed movies? I haven't seen any yet. Or should I see all or skip any to see this in theaters? I would say, again, I'm going to say go find the first Creed, find the second Creed, see those. I think that is almost a requirement at this point. But I think just kind of knowing the Rocky canon, just a little bit knowing, you can go into that first Creed knowing that Rocky is a legacy figure and enjoy it. I think you can. So I wouldn't say you have to see all the Rocky movies. They reference some things in Creed 1 that may make you a little confused, but I wouldn't say it's a full on like, oh my God, if you don't see the Rocky movies, you can't see the. No, I think it's good to. I think it's important to, but I wouldn't say it's a requirement. So I'd say Creed 1 and 2 for sure. For sure. First Rocky is the best. I love the first Rocky, but I am a sucker for Creed, man. The first one. I am a sucker for that first Creed. So Rocky, Creed, I don't know. I'm not saying I like it more, but that's a tough comparison, to be honest with you. Let's see if we have any more Creed or Rocky questions just while we're on the subject. March is going to be an incredible month for movies. We have Creed 3, then Shazam! Fury of the Gods, then John Wick Chapter 4. Yes. I keep forgetting that Shazam is coming out in March, to be honest with you. I know that's a bad thing, but man, I listen. If they all hit on some level and some degree, I think it's going to be a genuinely great month. I can't wait to see what John Wick brings us. I'm excited enough for Shazam. Again, I'm not overly enthused about Shazam, but I'm definitely interested to see. Let's see here. Who's your favorite Rocky villain? Oh, Harrison. Man. I guess Drago. I mean, right? Man. I loved the I love the Apollo fight. I mean, I guess Drago's the big one, right? Man, that's tough. Ugh. It's very tough. It's very, very tough. I'd have to think about that one a little bit more. But there have been some good ones in Creed. There have been some good villainous presences in the Creed movies as well. So I can't just look at the Rocky films and be like, oh, that's the ultimate. No, man. There's a I'll tell you right now. When it comes to being an antagonist that you feel something for, Jonathan Majors should be in the conversation. Again, I think they shortchanged just a little bit. Don't want to talk too much. I can only talk about what I said, my reaction. What are your thoughts on 65 starring Adam Drivers? I'm interested. I'm kind of excited. I think it's an hour and 30-minute runtime. That's a good runtime. I'm kind of interested. Prime Adonis Creed versus Prime Rocky Balboa. Who wins? I mean, how do you not go with Rocky? I would love to see that, but the master in his prime training the apprentice who, I mean, granted, becomes a beast. Michael B. Jordan is a beast in the ring. Okay, but you can't go against Rocky Balboa. You can't. You just can't. So I'm not going to. I'm going to go Rocky Balboa, both in their prime. Let's see. If Austin Butler, and we have a super chat, I want to say thank you, Tanya, so much for the super chat, so much for the support. That means a lot. Thanks for being here, by the way. Also, I see we have crossed the threshold of 56 with 50 likes. So we have 56 likes. That is awesome. Thank you so much for the 56 likes. Again, we're going to try. It's a random Tuesday, but we're going to try to get that number to 100. I don't know if it's possible, but we're going to try. As Austin Butler, chances, I assume you mean, of winning the Oscar better now. Would you say he has a better chance than Brandon or Colin? I don't know if I want to say a better chance. I don't know if he has a better chance, but he has a good chance. Colin Farrell for me is still slightly above Austin Butler, but Austin Butler is nipping at the heels of Colin Farrell. And depending on what we continue to see and that push, and you can kind of get a feel for where everything's at as Oscar night approaches more. It's just the sense of it all, right? Austin Butler could overtake Colin Farrell on my list. I think Brendan Fraser at this point has the third best odds, but it's going to be close. It's going to come down to just, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if it came down to just a handful of votes between, and I know the voting system doesn't work like that, but you know what I mean? Just in the sense of it's going to be close. This is the first year in a long time. There hasn't been like, oh my God, this guy is going to win Best Actor. Oh my God, this guy is far away above the pack. No. Even last year, I mean, most people were like, yeah, it's going to be Will Smith. I mean, it could be Andrew Garfield, but it's probably going to be Will Smith. This year, it's different. This year, it's Colin. This year, it's Austin. This year, Brennan, even at this point, being a dark horse, I think has a shot. So let's see. Let's see what happens. Okay. Super Mario Brothers movie's looking good. Yeah, I'm interested in that. I really am. Are you looking forward to the new Scream movie? I am. I'm not overly hyped, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. I think the posters are great. I love Jurassic World 1, but 2 and 3 is pretty mid. Yeah, I agree with you. 2 and 3 is not great, to be honest with you. Thoughts on Killers of the Flower Moon's runtime of 3 hours and 20 minutes? That's a long. If it's good, it's good. Length doesn't matter at that point. That's what she said. If it's good, it's good. But 3 hours and 20 minutes. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's a long movie. Past Lives coming soon. I think the trailer for Past Lives dropped recently. Did it drop? Or maybe a new poster, something like that. I don't know when it's releasing, but my God, I can't wait. I can't wait. Nothing but great things I've heard about that movie. Which has better boxing scenes, Rocky movies or Raging Bull? Raging Bull has amazing boxing scenes, but I have to go as a whole, the franchise, Rocky and Creed, you combine those two things. I'd say the Rocky and Creed movies have better boxing scenes specifically. Might have to watch Killers as a mini-series, like some people did with The Irishman in one sitting. Irishman was a slog. Yeah, it was very long. I wouldn't call it a slog. I enjoyed The Irishman. I did. But I also watched it in theaters. So it's like I think I got a better impact. I got more, entrenched into the world. I got to feel it just a bit more. Man, I don't care what you say. There's nothing, no experience like watching a movie in a theater. You can watch it at home all day long. You watch it in a theater, it's a different experience. So I think that entrenched me a little bit more into it. Let's see here. Place your bets on them making jokes about the slap. The slap of the Oscars. Yep. Oh, I think he meant the John Wick. Oh, are we talking? Oh, JW John Wick? Is JW John Wick? Let's see. Let's go back to this. I love John Wick 1, but 2 and 3 is pretty mid. Oh, no. If that's the case, I disagree. If you're talking Jurassic World, I agree. But if you're talking John Wick, I disagree. No. The Raider Creed. God, that's a random comparison. Oh, God, man. I think I gave him like almost the exact same score as well. Oh, I don't know. I'm a sucker for the Rocky franchise. Maybe Creed. That's tough. Ooh, that's tough. The worst Rocky film, I mean, I'd say Rocky 5. I'd say Rocky 5 is the worst one. Are you excited for Beau is Afraid? Yes, I am. I really like what I'm seeing from Beau is Afraid. It looks weird, but I kind of like what I'm seeing. We got a super chat from G. Kobe P. G. Kobe P, thank you so much for your support. I do hope the MCU makes more than just fine content going forward. No Way Home, Shang-Chi, Wakanda Forever shows that they still got it in them. I agree. Hopefully this year with Guardians and the Marvels. Yeah, listen, I don't love the first Captain Marvel. I don't like the first Captain Marvel, but I really like that poster for the Marvels. And I think pushing it back shows that they have confidence that it could do well if they devote the right amount of time in doing the visual effects and perfecting, making sure, okay, we got the story down pat. It's going to work, all those things. So yeah, I'm looking forward to both of those movies. I think Guardians could be great. And everything I've been hearing from Guardians, just the rumbles, across, not necessarily critics, but people that have heard things. We'll just say that has been good, has been very good. So I'm very excited for Guardians. I really think it could be something special, genuinely. When are you seeing Cocaine Bear? So I need hands in the air. Everybody, put your hand in the air if you live within like an hour of Lexington, Kentucky. If you live within like an hour and a half of Lexington, Kentucky, because there is a Cocaine Bear screening tomorrow in my hometown, which never happens. And I'm going to be there, and I have free codes to give anyone and everyone who wants to go. So if you guys want to go see Cocaine Bear, if you want to see it early, I can hook you up. Follow me on Twitter. Be sure you follow me on Twitter, okay? And make sure you stay tuned over the next hour or two after this live stream is over, and I'm going to be putting out those codes so you guys can go watch Cocaine Bear with me. So again, bear with me. Cocaine, bear with me. I know you guys are spread out across the United States and the world, but just if we have one person here who lives within an hour of Lexington, Kentucky, please, please, please be sure to come out tomorrow night. You can hang out with me. Cocaine Bear screening. My wife's going to be there. A lot of people are going to be there. Please come. That's what she said. We're gonna have the screening link on my Twitter page later on this evening. And that'll be a good place to kind of know when and where everything's going to be. But yeah, I don't want anybody paying for Cocaine Bear. I want people to go for free. So, GCOEP, I live in Houston. GCOEP, if you can, LA, if you guys can get on a plane, if you want to, if you want to come out to see Cocaine Bear, we got a free screening tomorrow night. So if you guys want to get on a plane, come out tomorrow night, please be my guests. It is not worth the money in any way, but I would be more than happy to see you there. Hey, Austin, I've been watching your channel for so long. Actually, I have started my own channel. Very cool. Inspired by you. I always agree with your opinions. Can you give me some suggestions to grow on YouTube like you? Hey, listen, I don't necessarily expect everybody to agree, as long as you have some good thoughts on movies and we can discuss. And if you agree or disagree with me, that's not what this channel is for. This channel is not for people agreeing. This channel is for discussion, conversation. But hey, I appreciate it. Some suggestions to grow, and I say it all the time: be persistent, post a lot, post early, and review everything you can. Everything you can. Keep the quality intact, which is why I've kind of scaled down on reviews as of late. So make sure you focus on quality over quantity, but review everything you can, and be thankful for the little things, man. I don't think I was as thankful as I needed to be for my first 100 views, for my first 1,000 views, and all of those things. But those aren't small milestones for an early channel. Unique reviews, and I assume you're, like you said, an early channel, right? Those are big milestones. So anytime you hit a milestone, celebrate like your freaking life depends on it, because it's a big deal. It's a big deal. So be thankful, be grateful for the little things. And I'm trying to now, man. It just, even doing these live streams, whether it be a super chat or a great question or a comment, man, I'm trying my best to just be grateful for you all being here. So thank you. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. We've got love from India. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Thanks for being here from India. That's awesome. Oh, hey. If you come, listen, if you came to the Cocaine Bear screening, I would be happy. I would be happy. That would be awesome. Yes, worth it. Worth it. My goodness, worth it for Cocaine Bear, which may be good. It may not be good, but you get to sit down and watch a movie with me. And that is honestly the worst thing you could imagine. Don't do it. It's not worth it. We all agree. We are an echo chamber. Oh my goodness. Yeah, again, like I love hearing y'all's thoughts, man. I really do. Hearts. I love hearts. Thoughts on Marvel hiring the Multiverse of Madness Quantumania writers for Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. Again, I thought Multiverse of Madness had good parts, had bad parts. More good than bad. I like Multiverse of Madness. Quantumania, it's one of those things where if the tone's going to be a lot different for Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. And again, I know it was going around on Twitter, but the writer of Thor: The Dark World wrote Winter Soldier and wrote Infinity War and Endgame. So, I'm going to give him a shot. I don't think it's the worst thing ever. Writers can have good, writers can have bad. Go look at what the writers of The Last of Us have written before they did The Last of Us. Go look at it. And that might surprise some people. What's your favorite Michael B. Jordan performance / movie? Fruitvale Station's a great one. It's a great one. But I'm going to go the first Creed. I still think the first Creed, man. I'm like Michael B. Jordan, man. This is something else. This is really, genuinely something else. He's incredible in the first Creed. But Fruitvale Station, in terms of performances, that may be the best. I'm going to watch Cocaine Bear for Ray Liotta. Yeah, I believe this is the last, right? This is the last Ray Liotta performance, if I'm not mistaken. Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. What is your favorite Lord Miller movie? 2122 Jump Street. Soft spot in my heart. I love those two movies. They're absolutely hilarious, but you can't go wrong with the Lego movie. You can't go wrong with Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Man, it's a fun film. That's a fun movie. Just Mercy is his best performance. It's a great one. It's a great performance. I hope the Russo brothers will eventually come back and do something with Marvel. I think they will. I think down the line you're going to get to that point to where they're coming back. They're coming back strong, and I would love to see it. I really would. Let's see. By the way, guys, if you are here, and we had a couple new people join in, if you're here and you want to drop a like, that would be amazing. And if you want to continue to ask questions, we can talk Creed questions, but we can also talk anything you guys want to talk about. We had some box office too, right? Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania actually did pretty well at the box office. So yeah, let's see here. Craig Mazin did Hangover. That's what I'm talking about, G. Kobe P. with the research. Hangover 2 and 3, Scary Movie 4, and Superhero Movie before Chernobyl and The Last of Us. Boom! There you go. That's the mic drop. G. Kobe P. with the mic drop. Want to know, what do you think about the TV show Lost? I really enjoy Lost. You know, again, it's one of those that a bit disappointed with the way that it ended, the way that it wrapped up, but I think it's a very, very good show. Got me engrossed when I watched it, but I didn't watch it weekly like a lot of people. I was late to the game on Lost. Anthony 7589. It's Black History Month. Favorite black film. Oh my goodness. A category with hundreds and thousands of movies that I've seen to pick one to encapsulate. I don't know if I can pick one. Man, it's, you know, I guess I'd have to go recent, just because we're talking hundreds and hundreds of movies. Goodness gracious. Man. I think this isn't my favorite. It wouldn't be, I don't even think it would be my top 10, but I think the cultural impact on Black Panther, or of Black Panther, was really, really important. Seeing what Chadwick Boseman did with that character, and you have a prime, prominent superhero, black lead, you know, actors across the board. That was awesome. That was awesome. So yeah, I just think the cultural impact, it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite. But I think the impact of Black Panther was awesome. It really was. Friday. Oh, Friday's a good one. Training Day. You know what? I don't talk about Training Day very often because it's an older film. It's the early 2000s. But I watched Training Day about a year and a half ago for the first time in like 3 years. It had been a while since I had watched it. I was blown away, and I'm always blown away by Denzel Washington, right? It doesn't matter what movie he's in. It doesn't matter what the role is. He's always amazing. Even in something like The Equalizer 2, he's amazing. But freaking Denzel Washington in Training Day, unbelievable. Unbelievable. You watch those TikToks where the guy's going around and asking people, who's the best actor? Who's the best actor? Who's the best actor? Anytime, and you get a lot of those responses of Denzel Washington. Anytime somebody says Denzel Washington, I'm like, I get it. I get it. I get it. I don't know if I could personally put him above like Daniel Day-Lewis. I don't know, man. Denzel might be one of the greatest actors to ever live. And I think there's a good discussion. I know I went on a tangent after seeing Training Day, but my God, Training Day is so good. I'm expanding my top 100 right now. I may need to rethink my thoughts on Training Day because the more I think about that movie, the more I'm like, holy crap. Judas and the Black Messiah is a great movie. Black Klansman. That's a great film. That's a great film. You look at there you go. The son, John David Washington, continuing the trend of amazing performances by Denzel, and that's yet another amazing performance. Adam Driver is also really good in that movie. Let's see, did we get any more there? We've got a Miles Teller question. Do you think Miles Teller is utilized in Hollywood? I can only remember him being Top Gun Maverick since Whiplash. You know, he's been in a couple things. I think he was in a TV show, or what was the TV show he was in? I think he was in a TV show. Was it the behind the scenes making of The Godfather, which I didn't watch, but I know he was in that. And then he was in a couple of movies, but not really. Yeah, Top Gun's really, I mean, you got to take advantage of this guy because this guy's got a lot of talent. I think he's proven that in Whiplash. I think he's proven that in Top Gun Maverick. And I would love to see Miles Teller do more. I also saw he was at a golf tournament with Pat McAfee recently, which I think is awesome because I love Pat McAfee. So that was great. Let's see here. Austin, do you like Project X? I remember watching and enjoying Project X, but it's been a while, so I can't like nail that down. Denzel is one of the very few actors where he's never given a bad performance despite the quality of the movie itself. I agree. I've never seen a bad Denzel performance. Even Tom Hanks, who's an all-time actor, I didn't think he was good in Elvis. I thought he was just miscast. And maybe Denzel has been miscast before, but even when he's miscast, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. Denzel is. It doesn't matter. He's always good. I can say that about Daniel Day-Lewis. I can say that about Denzel. I can say that about maybe Leo. I don't think I've ever seen Leo bad. I don't think I've ever seen. Well, I guess Jake Gyllenhaal. What was it? Bubble Boy. He wasn't very good in I think that was called Bubble Boy. But I could say something like that for Jake Gyllenhaal. I've never really seen Jake Gyllenhaal absolutely just give a terrible performance. A terrible performance. Oh my God. How did I forget about Only the Brave? Thank you. Only the Brave was one of my favorite movies. Oh, fact check me on this. Fact check me on this. 2017. Am I right? Am I wrong? I might be wrong. Am I wrong on that one? Only the Brave. I'm going to say 2017. Somebody fact check me on that. I try to keep these dates in my brain. Only the Brave 2017. Somebody fact check me. And even if it says a different year, look at the worldwide release date because that's what I go off of. Okay. I need to be fact checked. Joaquin Phoenix. You know what? That's a great one. That's a great one. Joaquin's always really, really, really great. Really great. I'd have to think pretty hard to find a bad performance from Joaquin Phoenix. It may be out there. Maybe I just haven't seen the movie, but that's a great example. The one on Amazon Prime, I'm not sure exactly which one that is. Bubble Boy. Hey, Bubble Boy's great. I wasn't a fan of Bubble Boy. Wasn't a fan of Bubble Boy. Is there a movie score that you absolutely adore? I mean, outside of the obvious ones, right? Hans Zimmer, easy. John Williams, easy. I always my mind goes back to Johan Johansson's Arrival score. Because that's not a household name. That's not a household name, right? But that was a score that resonated with me so deeply, like on a personal level. And it worked so phenomenally. So phenomenally. That's a score that I always talk about because Johansson's not it's not a name. It's not a name that we often go back to. But we should, because Arrival is that score for me that I go back to. Just absolutely amazing. And then the use of soundtrack as well when the music plays at the end of Arrival and it weaves in perfectly to the score. And there's so many things about that movie that I just adore. But you talk about soundtracks, Sing Street, the original music in Sing Street, just phenomenal. Correct. I assume the Only the Brave date, 2017, because I just remember sitting in the theater and just adoring that movie. The same year as Wonder. There were a couple of theater experiences that year that hit me really hard. Whiplash is the greatest film ever created. Perfect. I don't know if I can say it's the greatest film ever created, but it's in my top 5. So, it's just now that's top 5 personal. That's not top 5 what I believe to be the greatest movies ever. But Whiplash, both quality and enjoyment, is perfect combination for me. So I don't hate that take. Daniel Day-Lewis doesn't give a bad performance. Agreed. Did you like The Fabelmans? I did. I thought The Fabelmans was pretty great. Like, maybe I went a little high with my score. A little high. But hey, it's a great film. Worst Robert Downey Jr. performance. I know people will say Doolittle, but do you remember him as the bad guy in The Shaggy Dog? I do. He was the villain in The Shaggy Dog. Thanks for bringing that back into my consciousness. What a terrible movie. What a terrible performance. Awful. Absolutely awful. Thoughts on Denis Villeneuve's Prisoners? It's perfect. It's amazing. It's an amazing movie. I think it's one of the best movies I've ever watched, to be honest with you. I know that seems like hyperbole. I get it, but it's amazing. Did you watch Time Lapse? No, I did not. I did not watch Time Lapse. Which one is that? I did not see Time Lapse. War Dogs and Bleed for This are two great Miles Teller movies. Bleed for This was Look on the screen. The boxing movie, I believe, right? And War Dogs. Yeah, people don't talk about War Dogs. We don't talk about War Dogs. That was a good movie. Was that Todd Phillips? I think that was Todd Phillips, right? That did War Dogs. That's a good movie. I really like that. I think Jonah Hill is great in that film. Whiplash is Chazelle's best for sure. Agreed. Feeling Like a Dog by Akon. The only thing I remember from that remake. Yeah, I don't remember much. G. Colby P. To be honest with you, if you could have one tomorrow, Batfleck solo movie with Snyder or Reeves directing the Amazing or Reeves directing. Oh, I'm sorry. Or Reeves directing, or The Amazing Spider-Man 3 with Webb returning. I ask because those are the two projects that I'm the most sad we never got. So I assume you just mean it could be Batfleck with Snyder, or it could be Batfleck with Matt Reeves. I wouldn't want to see Batfleck with Matt Reeves. I'm glad Matt Reeves is with Robert Pattinson in that universe. Amazing Spider-Man 3 would be nice. I would love to see that Batfleck solo movie, though. I would, but I don't know if Snyder would be the right choice. I don't think Snyder would be the right choice. I think we'd have to bring in another director that could make more of a small scale and gritty film. So I guess based off of your question, I would go The Amazing Spider-Man 3. But I think Ben Affleck directing a Ben Affleck Batman movie would be absolutely awesome. I really do. All right, guys, we're winding down. We're almost about to hit that hour mark. So we can get a couple more questions knocked out. And barring any super chats, that will do for today. Again, stay tuned because I'm going to have my Creed reaction video on this channel here in a little bit. Miles Teller and Fantastic. Oh, we try to forget. But as much as we try to forget, it comes back into the consciousness. Not good. Not a good movie, not a good performance. Who would you rather direct Secret Wars? Man, I don't know. That's tough. That's man, that's really tough. I don't know. Brad Bird? I don't know. That's really hard. That's what she said. That's really tough. I don't know. That's a good question, though, man. I'd have to think about that for sure. You're looking forward to Oppenheimer, Dune 2, or Tarantino's last film the most? Those are my three favorite directors. I'm going to say... I want to see what Tarantino's going to do. Dune 2, maybe. That might be. Because, you got a part one. You got to finish that out. You got to keep that story going. Dune 2 is definitely up there, for sure. How do you rate Snyder as a director? I find him to be pretty bad. I don't think he's bad. No, I think Snyder's okay. I think he's better than people give him credit for. I actually find myself enjoying Snyder's movies more than most people, to be honest with you. I think there are some bad ones. There are some stinkers, absolutely. But I like Snyder's filmography. I really do. Movies like 300. Obviously, what he did with the Zack Snyder's Justice League, which I enjoyed, Man of Steel. So, yeah, I think he's a pretty good director. Coogler for Secret Wars. Yeah, that's not bad. Are you going to see Ben Affleck's Air? I can't wait for that movie. My goodness, I can't wait for that movie. It looks great. It's like the ultimate, like, oh, this guy, he likes basketball, of course. He's a big Michael Jordan fan. It's like the ultimate dad movie, right? But it looks good, man. The poster's not great, but I think Air looks good. I'm excited for it. Denis Villeneuve directing Secret Wars would be cool. I mean, it would be cool, but he would never do that, and I would never associate him with that. What is a movie that you've rewatched the most? Probably between Toy Story, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, The Incredibles, and Winter Soldier, The Dark Knight. Man. These are all tough. Whiplash is getting close. I've watched Whiplash a ton of times. Emperor's New Groove is up there. I love Emperor's New Groove, y'all. I love that movie. That's up there. I just want to say you're goated for giving Civil War 5 out of 5, one of the best comic book films ever. And I feel like people forget to mention it when talking about top tier MCU. Yeah, listen. I love Civil War. It's not fully a 5 out of 5, but on Letterboxd it is. I think I give it a 95, 96, something like that. Love it. People don't talk about it enough. It's a fantastic comic book movie. It's awesome. Does everything it needs to do. It really does as a comic book film. Toy Story. Yeah, listen, growing up, I was obsessed with Toy Story. I was obsessed with Toy Story, Iron Giant, Lion King. What else? Emperor's New Groove. Those were the movies for me growing up. I just love it. Absolutely love it. Good old live action Marmaduke. That's the one I've seen the most. Absolutely. Uh, Sucker Punch is garbage. Yeah, I don't like Sucker Punch. That's not good. Okay. Austin, I know you don't like the two projects that these two were in, but who would you be more excited to see more of, Captain Marvel or She-Hulk? Honestly, honestly, I'm for the Marvels, I'm more excited for Miss Marvel, and I'm more excited for what's her superhero? Did we give her a superhero name? Is she Photon? Because I know at one point in the comics she was Photon. I guess we'll call her Photon. Uh, it's still not sold on Brie Larson's Captain Marvel. So even though I thought She-Hulk the show was bad, I'm gonna say Tatiana Maslany was good. I yeah, I'm gonna say Tatiana Maslany was good. So I'm gonna say her. I want to see more of her. Not in the Photon or Spectrum. I know she had different names in the comics, but yeah, G. Kobe P. I'm just going to call her Monica Rambeau. I'm going to say Tatiana Maslany. I want to see her in a different scenario. I want to see her interact with different superheroes. I think she's good as She-Hulk. I just think she got a bad rap as the character. So, yeah, I'm going to say She-Hulk. But again, I'm excited for the Marvels. I think it could be a good movie. Have you finished The Last of Us, or are you watching it week by week? I'm week by week. I'm with you guys. Watched episode 6. Loved it. Love. I will do a big spoiler review, and I really hope to be in one of Cody Leach's live streams talking about one episode, whatever. But yeah, I'll definitely be talking about it more than just the YouTube shorts, like how I am. Let's see here. I want to see Kamala again on film, but in film, she's great. Yeah, the TV scenario was great. TV scenario was great. She was great in the show. The show was pretty good, but I want to see her in a movie. I want to see her in a movie interact with Miss Marvel and with Monica, or with Captain Marvel and Monica. That's what I want to see. I think it would be great. Tatiana did a great job. I agree. She was great. Look, I didn't love the material. I didn't love the show. I thought the show was weak, but she was really good. It was his hat, Mr. Krabs. He was number one. You gotta be a real one to understand that. Did you watch Orphan Black? Did I watch Orphan Black? No, I don't think I did. I don't think I've seen Orphan Black. Will you do a Succession review of Succession season 4? Yeah, probably at the end of the season, but I plan on doing some YouTube shorts week by week, like I did, like I am doing for The Last of Us. Do you think Ryan Reynolds is a better actor than people give him credit for? I love him as Deadpool, but movies like Buried's a great example of a great Ryan Reynolds performance. Mississippi Grind and The Voices show he's a great actor. Look, Ryan Reynolds is in a shtick right now, and he will remain in that shtick for a while. But let me tell you, a movie like Buried is a great example. And G. Colby P, thank you for the super chat. That's a great example of Ryan Reynolds kind of crushing it, to be honest with you. The guy's he's a good actor. Doesn't get the credit for it. He's great as Deadpool. He's great at certain characters, but he is genuinely a good actor. So yeah, I would like to see him in more of a serious role. You know, Free Guy was fun. Deadpool's great for what it is, but I would like to see him in more of a serious role, and you nailed it. I wish he would do more serious roles. What is currently your bottom MCU project? Mine is She-Hulk. I'm still trying to pretend like it didn't happen. Yeah, mine's probably She-Hulk, Captain Marvel, Thor: The Dark World. I don't like any of those. So those are my bottoms. I also don't like The Incredible Hulk. I think The Incredible Hulk's not great. Thor: Love and Thunder is down there for sure. And what else didn't I love? I didn't love Falcon Winter Soldier, but it's not the worst. I don't think Iron Man 2 is very good. I think that's not a good movie. So yeah, there's some down there for sure. I think Sean Levy is done directing for Stranger Things, and now he's going to direct Deadpool 3. Season 5 better be good. Yes, Season 5 better be good. I'm very excited for it. You have to watch blank. I don't know. That's the show Tatiana Maslany is, and she's incredible. I don't know which show that is, but if it's the one I'm thinking of, I don't know the name of it, but everybody says there is a show that Tatiana Maslany crushes it in prior to She-Hulk. Plays multiple roles as clones. I don't know the name of the show. I assume you meant to put the name of the show, but I do like Tatiana Maslany. I do like her. I think she's good. I actually think she's pretty good as the character, to be honest with you. Will you do a YouTube short ranking of the Rocky Creed trilogies? Definitely the Creed in YouTube short form, the 3 Creed movies. If I can, Orphan Black is the show. Okay, Orphan Black is the show. So okay, yeah. So I haven't seen it. I don't necessarily know a lot about it. I just know that people loved it. So yeah, I don't know if I'll ever get to it, to be honest with you, just because I got a lot of stuff. But I have heard really good things about her in that show. Let's see, what comedic actor like Adam Sandler do you think can do well in serious movies? Well, the go-to is always Jim Carrey for me. I think I would love to see Jim Carrey in one more amazing role. Eternal Sunshine, which I rewatched recently, is an amazing role, but not enough. Not enough. Truman Show, great. There were a couple that were absolutely outstanding, but I'd love to see Jim Carrey in more. I know he said he unofficially retired, but come back, man. Give us a good serious role. I want to see it because I think there should have been an Oscar nomination for Eternal Sunshine, to be honest with you. Guys, I listen, we've hit the hour mark. We've went a little overtime. I have some things I need to work on for you. I believe we're at, what are we at? 79 likes. If we can at least get that to 80. If we can get that to 80 by the time we close out this live stream, that would be awesome. If you guys are here and you haven't dropped a like, that would be amazing. Listen, thank you so much for being here, for talking with me, for hanging out with me for the last hour, man. This has been fun. It's a Tuesday. It's a random time. Didn't even really prep you guys for this, but hey, you showed up, man. You showed out. Be on the lookout for my Creed reaction tonight. I'm going to be trying to maybe rank the movies at the end of this week, and then possibly next week we might be talking a Rocky Creed tier list. I think we could be talking about that. That would be a fun thing to do. They would be fun movies to rewatch. I'd like to rewatch a couple of the Rocky movies before I do that this week. Regardless, you're awesome. There's a special project I'm working on. I need you guys to be on the lookout for. Be sure to go to my Twitter later today if you're able to make it to that Cocaine Bear screening tomorrow. But if not, thanks for being here, man. Oh, we got one more super chat. We've got to do it. Cash says, hello, everybody. What's up, Cash? How you doing, my friend? Anthony says, since they're here now, best film about aliens. Yeah. UFOs, man. It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. I don't know if I believe that they're UFOs. I think, shooting down a UFO with an aircraft is pretty. I mean, they traveled that far just to get shot down by a primitive plane. Come on. Regardless, whether I believe it or not, I think they're out there. I don't think they're here. Best film about aliens. Let's go Alien. No, let's go Arrival. I think Arrival is like my all-time, my GOAT when it comes to crazy sci-fi, but I could throw 2001 in that category. Not necessarily, that's not about aliens. That's not about aliens. Let's go back. Let's do Arrival. Let's do Alien. And then Aliens. I always go back and forth on which one I prefer, Alien or Aliens. They're both great. One's a sci-fi horror. One's an action movie. I think Aliens is maybe a bit more fun, but the sci-fi horror always works very well for me. But Arrival is my GOAT. Arrival's my GOAT. Arrival's too good. Aliens, great choice. Signs is pretty dang great. Yeah, Signs is a great movie, man. It's not in my top 5, but it's probably in my top 10. It's a great movie. Close Encounters. I mean, come on, little classic alien invasion action. There's some really good ones, man. Some really good. That would be a fun ranking to do one of these days. So hey, again, thank you guys so much for being here. I hear Buddy. He's shaking in there. Buddy, what are you doing, pal? Buddy, and then Minnie's right here. I'm sorry we didn't get any more dog cameos. Of course, E.T. Why did I forget E.T.? Men in Black, that's a good one. Nope, it's a really good one. Wouldn't be amongst my favorites, but very good ones. I'm mad at myself if I forgot E.T. Austin, my dad always said Aliens is a masterpiece. I don't hate that thought. That's not a bad thought. Aliens is a fantastic movie. Again, guys, my Creed reaction is dropping soon. Let's see if we can get a cameo from Minnie before we leave. Okay. The live stream is over, but let's see if we can get a cameo from Minnie before we leave. Follow me on TikTok, Twitter, all those wonderful things. Minnie, come here. Come be in the video. Can you see her? Nope, can't see her. She's literally right there. She's right there, and she's so cute. All right. Oh, go. I'll follow you. If you go out the door, I'll follow you, honey. I want the people to see you. Oh, no, still can't see her. This is crazy. Let's see if we can take off the, oh, there she goes. Boom. Mian. There she is. That's all you get. You get a brief cameo. a very small. Oh my goodness, here she is. Oh my goodness, you can barely see her. She's right. Look at her. Oh my goodness, there's her face. There's your little face. There's your face. If you could jump up here. See if you can jump up here. Oh my goodness. Oh, there she is. Here she is. Hello, Mian. She's been relaxing for the last hour. She's literally been laying right here. This is what she does. When I do a video, when I make a video, she just lays right next to me. Okay. You don't like being held like this? It's okay. Can you raise your head? Can you lift your head? Say hi to the people. Can you say hi to the people? Mian? There she is. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's all you get. You get just a brief cameo. Yeah, that's how I talk to my dog. That's how she responds. If I don't say it like that, she doesn't respond. Okay, I'll let you down. I know you don't like it. You don't like it, sweetie. Here you go. Oh my goodness. All right. She's hungry. I'm going to go feed her. Thanks, guys, for being here. Thanks for spending time with me and the dog. I'm coming. Thanks for spending time with me and the dogs. They always have a great time while I'm filming. Buddy doesn't. He likes to leave, but Minnie likes to be here while I'm filming. She respects me. And there she goes. So beautiful. Into the darkness. Just going to go see what her brother's up to. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to go spend time with my dogs. And then in about an hour, I'm going to spend time with my wife, who is going to be 6 months pregnant in about 10 days. 6 months pregnant. That's terrifying. Oh my God. That's insane. Unbelievable. All right. I'm going to go train on how to be a good dad. I'll see you guys soon. Say your goodbyes and I'll be sure to I'll play you out. That one got me. That was good. Oh, scared me. Maurice, I cannot move it anymore. I like to move it, but I can't move it anymore, Maurice. Mauricia, why can't I move it?